option 1, and then we can go to standing. So exactly the same thing. Yeah, good. Yeah. And then the progression from there, and this is all just like, again, use your clinical reasoning about how you might progress an exercise to make it more difficult to this scenario. So coaching is very, very similar. So if you step back a little bit, this is making it harder for the tackler because I've got a little bit more space to move, or Belinda's got a little bit more space to move. Yeah. Yep. And so very important to set the rules straight from the start. You're not allowed, if you go outside of the square, you lose. So I think that's 3 points to me, 2 points to you. And then you might count them out, and if they don't get over in like 5 seconds, then, point to me, 4-2. Yeah, good. So she got me out, so then it was point to her. And then you could do face that way, and you just say go. Yep, good. Or we might start on the ground. We might start on like opposite corners, so you can just like choose different things to vary it up. I know what like musicians feel like when they're like dancing and trying to sing and stuff at the same time. So the other good progression actually from this, if you go and stand on the yellow, and if you give the ball to Belinda, and you can do this again with a whole team. So if you just pop out of the way now, we'll just walk through it, walk around the blue cone. You say go. We've done this before, go, and then same thing, Belinda's trying to get through there. So it's just a little bit more dynamic. We'll just go like 70%, yeah. I'm actually going 100, yeah. You say go. Yeah, so why, this is like a really key drill that we kind of encourage coaches to do. One, because the players like it, because it's a little bit competitive, but why do you think from an injury prevention perspective that is important?
A bit more realistic to the game.
Yeah, a little bit more dynamic. A lot of the knee injuries happen when someone's chasing someone out in space and then having to, so it's often in either pressing in soccer or it's on that kind of approach to the wide open ball or player. So the mechanism represents, yeah. How might you kind of, coach it from a injury prevention perspective? So if I'm coming in here.
Weight behind, I think, not too much separation between the knee and the hip. Kind of keep your body weight under your foot and your knee when you're cutting.
Yeah, so what Belinda was saying is kind of, keeping your feet underneath you, again, is a nice kind of more external cue rather than kind of saying don't overstride or don't put your foot outside of your base of support, which is kind of what we get taught in uni. If you kind of keep your feet underneath you with everything that you do is kind of, again, a nice cue. So it is about that kind of getting close and the footwork. So if I come in too hot and put too much weight on that foot, and then lots of things obviously contributing to injury, the preparation footwork, everything else that's going on, their kind of biology, anatomy also plays a fact, the grass, the footwear, and then that twisting action when the foot is planted is how a lot of the ACL injuries are happening. So if we can fix up the footwork in the actual skill, then that will help a lot. So